Here in the Welling United director's box with the Welling United club owner, Howard Prosser. Howard, good afternoon, sir. Thanks.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for doing this. Got a few things to talk about. Obviously, we've got some fans' questions as well. First of all, we must talk about the Euros last night. How fantastic was that from England?
It reminded me of watching Welling. You're on your seat, edge of your seat, right to the 95th minute or whatever. That was incredible. The atmosphere in the bars last night. I'd love to play back the videos of it because it's our supporters going crazy. And a lot of the people that was there last night, it was pushing, it was 250, 260, and a lot of them don't come to Welling, but real football fans and personalities. You know, the bar was absolutely electric. You'd have loved it. You'd have loved it.
I was going to say, this it's literally become a fan zone, hasn't it? And as you say, there's been so many people that we don't normally see here, and hopefully they can come back and start coming down to watch Welling games. And it's been a proper football atmosphere in there.
Well, this is the big push that we've got at Welling, actually, to get it out and about into the community, that the football club welcomes people from Welling. We want it there. I'd love to see people turning up at Welling railway station and see the home of Welling Football Club. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
You know, because this is an old traditional club. It's got heritage, and it's been lost a little bit. And now, hopefully, with the team on board, we're going to get there. We're going to get local people coming in. And
with the marquee, I mean, obviously you had the marquee open. I think you had both bars open last night.
Yeah.
As you say, 200, over 200 people down here. I believe that there's already about 270 people that have asked for tables for Sunday night.
Yes.
So this is becoming like a proper fans hub,
a
fan zone without a doubt. And as you say, with having this marquee, you can have other things that are coming up, different events. I've heard that there may be some darts competitions. Can you elaborate on that?
We've got the second Sunday of August, we've got a dart competition with £1,000 first prize. There's 64 dart players, and I believe some of them are quite prominent county players. So if anyone that wants to come along or what, there's going to be some good darts. It's all going to be videoed as well, and you know, going to be part of the club. But I had last night a prominent boxing promoter that was here. He wants to put some boxing bouts on here in the summer. So there's lots. This is going to open up to lots of different things. But all these things are coming apparent to us now because we're lifting our head above the parapet wall and saying we're here and we're friendly. We want to be fan friendly as well. We're trying to do so many different things here to make it comfortable and inviting for people to come along. But you know, genuinely it's because of the new board and the people that we got round and the fans, the volunteers that are putting our names forward, that I think probably didn't have the confidence to do it in the later years, you know, but they're thinking, do you know what, I've got confidence in the club here, I'll have a go. Yeah.
Now obviously towards the end of last season the operational board started to take effect. I think there was around 6 of us in. I'm delighted I'm part of this. There was around 6 people. I think there's a few more people now. So tell us how that's going on, and more importantly, tell us about the people that's on the board and the skills and the experience and the contacts that they've got that can benefit this club.
The best thing I've done since I've been here is to engage with the fans at the end of last season and actually listen to them of what they wanted. So I thought the best way of continuing that was to get an operational board that's made up of long-term supporters and people that are professional in their own fields to bring those skills to the forefront, and it's working fantastic. Obviously yourself, you've got that, and we're looking at you for the community because you're so well known around here, and Sally to help you out with the schools because Sally will talk to anyone. And then of course we've got Matt, who's been looking after the supporters club for a few years but knows the ins and outs of the football world, the National League and the requirements, etc. So he's a very good ambassador for us. And a real star really for us is Jake Wright, who's come on board. He was a pain in the as a as against me, where he was, blogging and doing all. He was a keyboard warrior, but he's a proper supporter of Welling Football Club, and now he's got the opportunity to help and to bring ideas forward from the fans and everything else. He's
the next generation, isn't he? He's young, but
he's my proper little mate now.
Yeah.
And he's making a real impression on the rest of the board members, as I'm sure you'd agree with. So that's part of our future. And I have noticed, and a lot of people that was here last night will notice, there was a lot of young Welling residents that was here that I'm hoping we was getting around them and talking to them to try and get them to the games. We've got Leighton Orient on Tuesday night, which is a real pull. So I'm hoping that through Jake's enthusiasm with the youngsters of Welling, that we're going to get more of this, and it's only got to be good for us.
Absolutely, because if you look at teams like, say, Dartford, Maidstone, they've got a big young following and all, and that is the next, as we say, that's the next generation coming on here now. We need them to come down here, because the Premier League is so expensive, it's so extortionately overpriced. But you can come here, you can have a great day, you can have a drink in the bar, you can have something to eat, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. No. And it's just getting that message across, isn't it?
I think when you come to Welling, we're close to the pitch.
Yeah.
There's not a running track between the ground, the seats and the terraces and the pitch. So you really are part of it. And I've spoke to the players, our new players, and I said, look, you're really going to have a team you're going to be playing with that's going to be supported loud and clear, and they will really, really get behind you. And that's something that's so important, and it's grassroots. You don't get that at the Premiership.
No, you don't.
You don't get it. And when you see something that, like a Premiership player doing something special on out, playing in a Welling shirt and out there, and it does happen. We've got good players, most of them played in the Football League, so they're more than capable. When you get that, the fans do appreciate it and let it be known. And the roar from this crowd in here with the roof is a bit special, isn't it?
Absolutely.
A bit special.
Now, we've said about the operational board. We've got a WhatsApp group which is constantly going, isn't it? Now we're talking about the pitch, we're talking about advertising, we're talking about hot dogs. There's so much work going on behind the scenes. And there's also a lot gone on behind the scenes to get the marquee ready for the Euros.
Yes.
So many people involved there. I was down here one day when the builders were in there. Yeah. You were standing there surrounded by MDF and wood and timber. And so there's been so much going on behind the scenes that people that probably just come down for the drink, they don't realise how much work went into getting on the marquee for the Euros.
Yeah. We've got to thank some local builders that have helped out, and there's another building company which is not local, but they're friends of mine, and they see the progression that we've made and they want to help it, so they're going to finish it all off and do it to a very high standard to finish us off, and that'll be ready for the start of the season. But it's the operational board, the members of that have got their telephone book out and got really good support for us. We've got I think it might be a little bit early in this interview, but I have to say it because I've only just left them. But we've got a new sponsor involved, which is Confrex International, and they've took the boards up at the whole end of the away end, and it's really smartening it up. And I said to them, look, I'm worried about the concrete behind. What happened with the Bath player last year with Fulham. And they've come up with a solution. They've got crash boards that are going to be in front of it, and advertising that goes right up there. But they've got ideas, and they're bringing some of the companies that they work with. Most of their work is big national insurance and international insurance companies, and so of course lots of the subcontractors they've got working there are in the graphics world, and seating events, etc. And they've got them all involved, and they're all biting into it. So this is a real exciting place to be at the moment. I'm going to say this, I've never given an interview in Welling before, because I've never felt quite comfortable that things were going right but I can absolutely say now, we're building an infrastructure. We're sticking to what we're saying we're going to do. We're not overextending ourselves, but we've got future plans. We've got future plans, and we want to be sustainable. And when I mean sustainable, not just financially, but within the way that we operate, so that we're attractive to these larger investors and sponsors. It is so important that we look forward, and the Premiership clubs and Championship clubs, unless they were sustainable, they looked after their recycling ways that they do things, they'd never be able to have large corporate funding. So we're looking to the future with that, and that's come from the operational board that's got the forward thinking. I would have never thought of it, never. But that's the reason why I'm more than happy now to sit with you and talk about Welling, and not just talk about the players that we've got and get excited about what the season could be. That's where we are.
I've put out on the fans forum asking for some fans for questions. A question is from Riverstown on the forum, and he wants to know. He said, how many sponsors have we got for the season, and how difficult is it to get sponsors? How difficult is it to tie down deals with sponsors? Because we are still in some sort of financial crisis in this country. So how difficult is it to get sponsors on board?
Always need sponsors. Clubs like this wouldn't survive without sponsors. But I think it's the enthusiasm of our operational board that's bringing these sponsors forward, because Welling's never had sponsorship like it's got coming through now, and in all different areas as well, and they can all bring something to us. Like Carrick's in Swanley, they've done the AstroTurf for us all the way along the AstroTurf in front of there. They've never been involved in Welling before.
Yeah, it's great.
All sorts of things like that. In the marquee, the building company that's doing that, they're going to have a board here. Fantastic. But the big ones like the Confrex, etc. We've got the energy companies coming. I don't want to say too much. I want people to come to the ground and actually see the way it's transformed on the 10th of August when we play Averley.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the team. Let's talk about the management. How impressed have you been with Rod Stringer and Kevin Watson since they came in at the end of January?
Come on. Premiership managers spoke about them, Championship managers spoke. Talk Sport, I'm in the car, I'm listening to Talk Sport talking about 18 games, 2 losses. Incidentally, if you talk to Rod and Kevin, they don't talk about any other game, they talk about the 2 games they lost. And they're seriously talking about it. These are winners.
The atmosphere was completely different, wasn't it? Up there where we sit, up in the directors area, like there was you jumping around, there's me jumping around, and it was like, it literally was. I remember one of the supporters, Gary Holland, he said to me, "Hello Gary, I know you're going to be watching this." He said that we're going to have to go from relegation form to playoff form, but we did. Well, and it was just amazing.
I think in the guide form we was up there in the top 6 or something like that at the end, or possibly better. And it was, but what a journey we had! What a journey! Come on.
Yeah, it was great.
Was fabulous. And I think what made it as well is that Rod in the past has been sort of a pain in the backside to a lot of Welling supporters, where he's looked after Braintree and Chelmsford, etc. And now he's our pain in the backside for every other team in this division, because no one wants to go against him. And now he's got Kevin with him. They're a yin and yang,
Yeah. They are a great double act, and the thing is, like, obviously the end of last season there would have been other clubs that would have been looking at what was going on here and probably thought to themselves, they're probably looking to make a change. How important was it? Because I believe you actually got the deal for them to stay on for this season, probably done before the end of last season, was it? Or was it round about that time? So how important was that to get that for the stability?
I tried to get Rod and Kevin to commit to us before the end of the season, before the last game, actually third game from the end, and Rod held his hand out. He said, "Is that enough for you?"
Yeah, it was quite remarkable. I don't know any team management last season that came in and just literally hit the ground running. It was literally a tale of two. And for me personally, I mean, I've said this to you, like doing a commentary on the games, it was an absolute joy. The supporters has been fantastic, and it was just unbelievable. It really was unbelievable. And in a way, it was a shame. I think if we'd have had another 6 or 8 games, we could have. Who knows where we could have finished? But how is it working with him? Because obviously, like this time of year, you know, is it every time your phone goes, do you like jump behind the sofa? Is it him like, I want another player? How's the relationship with you and him?
No, Rod's a businessman as well as a football manager. He was given his budget, he stuck to it, and that's Rod.
Yeah.
He sticks to what he's got. He won't overspend. He sticks to it. He didn't jump in and take players that wanted loads of money. He waited, he was patient. He's gone to the lower divisions. He's gone and got experience. He's got youth with legs. He's got his players. He's got players that will absolutely run their socks off, you know, for Welling Football Club.
Yeah.
He won't suffer anyone. Come on.
No,
you know what he's like.
Yeah,
he won't suffer anyone that's not doing a full shift.
And I think the supporters, let's say, all the supporters are behind Rod and Kevin, and all the supporters that I talk to and contact me, they just can't wait for the season to start. Fixtures came out yesterday, and first game of the season. Normally, I think this is the first home game we're going to have for about 5 or 6 years, I believe. I think it's something like that. So August the 10th, Averley down here. The pitch is absolutely looking immaculate, I might say. It's just looking brilliant.
Yes.
So we're all looking forward to that August the 10th start.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. And all the advertising will be finished by then, you know, for the sponsorship. The ground's looking, come on, this pitch is looking fabulous. You know, I know years and years ago this pitch was always something special, and I think that Jordan's our ground company and looked after by Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie's done a fantastic job.
Jamie's here an awful lot. He does the right thing at the right time, and it's looking fantastic. Do you know, they care.
Yeah,
they care, and it's really shown up. And Rod needs this. He wants to play good football, you know. So I keep on giving him reports, keep taking pictures of it and sending it to him, and making sure that he's on point. We're doing our part of it. Make sure you do your part, and you know, he's on it.
And the club's certainly going forward. I mean, it's going to be another tough season, National League South, and you think you've got like the likes of Dorking have come down, you've got Boreham Wood in there, Maidstone are still in the National League South, so it's going to be tough, but we're all in this together, and it's all going to, and you can see it, the passion and everything. As I say, the WhatsApp group, the you know, operational board WhatsApp group, the supporters, every time Ollie Groom puts up something on, you know, Twitter or Facebook, everybody shares it, and you know, so it's all there.
And let's be honest, how lucky are we to have Ollie Groom?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
How lucky.
Yeah, he is, absolutely.
You know, I don't think there's a club in the Vanarama South or the National League that wouldn't say yes please to Ollie.
Absolutely. Let's talk about you finally. Let's talk about you personally. I've got a fan's question from Jimmy on the forum, and he said, what has been the biggest surprise for you since you took over the club of owning a football club? What's been one of the biggest surprises?
So difficult. The responsibility of running a club when so many people are depending on you to make sure that team goes out on a Saturday and they're properly prepared. That's a big responsibility, and I never realised just what it is. But I'm growing with this. I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm listening, and thankfully I'm listening to proper people that know what should be and not for their own gain. The people I've got around me at the moment are people that are very, very sensible, extremely clever in business. You know, we've got barristers and, you know, surveyors and
absolutely,
and MDs and etc. that are around us giving us advice. So that was the most surprising thing, and it's been a good journey. It's been heartbreaking at times.
Because you've been in charge now a couple of years. It's been.
I come in 2 weeks before we said goodbye to Peter Taylor.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. You think of Peter Taylor managing at Welling, you know how he is, but you know, it had to be a decision. I had to say goodbye because I could see we was going to get relegated, and you know, we needed new players to come in just to strengthen up to try to stay up. Unfortunately, I think it was only one that season that went down.
That's right, yeah, it was.
You know, so I think it was very fortunate with that.
It's more professional now. I know it's non-league football and it's supposed to be semi-pro, but it is a full-time outfit to run this club, isn't it? There is no like you can pop in here like 2 hours on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's full-time, and people probably don't realise how much goes into running a club, even at National League South level. It's really intense.
Yeah, I think clubs like this couldn't afford the hourly rate of our volunteers. That's the truth. You got. I don't know what we'd need to take through our gates to actually pay for everyone that does the work, the jobs here. You know, there's lots of people that work for nothing and enjoy doing it. Nice, look at yourself.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the hours that you put in.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And the amount of homework you have to do on players, away players, etc., to be able to give the commentary that you do. You just look at Matt Meehan that knows the ins and outs of the laws and what we should be and shouldn't be in regulations for the ground, etc. You know, it's invaluable. And there was a fella here, Brian, and I thought he was part of the ground workers. No, he's a supporter. I've never seen him before, but he's a really nice guy. But he was picking litter up and everything else and tidying things up. I've never seen him before, but really nice guy. Come up, started and talked to me, and I thought, I said, sorry, do you work for Ian Jordan's? No, he said, I'm a volunteer. I pick bits and pieces. I thought, wow.
So final question, this is from Mark X on the forum, and he wants to know, are you enjoying it? Do you enjoy it?
Now I'm really loving it. I'm loving it. I've got a manager, an assistant manager that I can trust, that I enjoy my 5 hours a day on the phone with. I'm enjoying all of the ball now because we've all got common interest, a common goal. Yeah, we're in good hands now. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and as you say, pre-season starts on Saturday. We got Sitting Bull away next Tuesday night down here for the first of 3 pre-season friendlies against Leighton Orient. I think it's Sutton and Ebbsfleet there to come after that. So as I say, we're trying to. One of the things that you've spoke to me about is something you've come up with called a Target 1000, where basically you want to see if everyone can bring a friend.
Yeah, as I said, if every one of our supporters bought their mate, we've doubled our crowd. It's as simple as that, absolutely simple as that. But we are trying to get this 1,000, and it makes such a difference to the atmosphere here, to the spend. We've upped the bar areas. We've got trained bar staff that's pushing. We're doing pre-pour as well, just to try and give people the experience that they're not going to have to stand in queues. We've got the new food outlets that's going here, the urban street food people. We're doing hospitality upstairs as well, to encourage more sponsorship, etc. Yeah, we're going the right place. We're doing, dare I say it, what Bromley done a few years ago. We're going down the same lines. It worked, and we're trying to do exactly the same as them. And I'd like to say congratulations to Bromley for getting promotion and being a local team actually getting in the Football League.
Absolutely.
Come on, well done.
Well, as we say, the season starts on August the 10th, but until then, thank you very much, sir, for doing this. And thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.